My name is Judith G of CGI News in Canada. Today I want to bring to you a story of an Australian missionary, Dr. Graham Staines. And great souls are often written in blood. Australia gave India a son, and India gave the world a saint. A great saint has been taken out of our equation. A 22-year-old young man who crossed the oceans, coming all the way from Australia to India, defying the disapproval of his family. When people ask, Dr. Graham, what is there in a land where poverty has no limits? And Graham Staines simply smiled and said, where the darkness is deepest, the lamp must be lit. And for 30 years, he kissed the hands that smelled of decay and washed the wounds that society called a curse, the leprosies. On the night of January 22nd, 1999, humanity was set on fire. 50-year-old Graham was sleeping inside of his vehicle, his Jeep, with his two sons, 7-year-old Philip and 9-year-old Timothy, when a mob, as the leader named Dara Singh, an activist, and 60 people surrounded their vehicle. Their aim was not to leave them alive. They burnt them alive. They set fire to their vehicle. Dr. Staines and his two sons were trapped. They were not able to leave the vehicle. They were not able to call for help. They were being attacked. They were alive and yet set fire to their vehicle, burning them alive. History recalls the most brutal tragedies of the innocent. The soil of Warpath heard the final screams and cries of 3 innocent, blameless souls. India was blacklisted by the international community while the world wept. The extremists were celebrating this hatred. They honored the mother of the main man, Dara Singh, the accuser, offering her 25,000 rupees and saying, your son did a great job. Though the law later sentenced him to life imprisonment, that night the whole world was crying out for blood. But then the voice of a widow echoed. Sister Gladys Staines forgave the murderers, and she said,
prayer and desire is that these people who took my husband's life will be touched by that same love, so that they will never do this to any other person.
It shook the soul of Dilip Wagh, a young man from a Hindu family in Nasik. He vowed that this sacrifice would not go in vain. And so he made this film that would resolve to show Graham Staines' work to the entire world. Now, Dilip Wagh gave up his established business forever for this mission. He was constantly threatened by extremists also. They shouted at him, is there a lack of saints in our country that you are making a film on a foreigner and disturbing the peace of India? But exposing the truth of Christ became Dilip's obsession. Although he failed twice and faced constant opposition, he spent 25 million rupees, 2 crores, 50 lakhs, to make this dream a reality. His wife gave up 1.5 kg of jewelry, and his sister Sangeeta and his father surrendered all their entire savings, life savings, my friends, to support Dilip to accomplish his mission, the movie. Today, Dilip Wagh is a missionary himself. Now, this movie has been screened at 1,316 locations across 22 countries, with 1.6 million people witnessing this testimony.